Today's agenda is to discuss more about operators permitted by the C programming language. So that's the topic for today. So these are the various operators allowed by the C programming language. This figure is copied from the internet, and from among all the operators, we have discussed about arithmetic binary operators in the lecture L17, and yesterday we discussed about unary increment operators, increment and decrement, and also we looked at the minus and size of operators, which are all unary. And today the agenda is to discuss about the remaining operators in C, which include relational operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator, and the ternary or conditional operator. And today we are going to discuss about all these except bitwise operators that we may later discuss towards the end of this course. Let us start with relational operators. We can try to understand what they are using simple expressions formed using relational operators. First example, this is an expression 4 less than 5. Less than is the relational operator, and it forms an expression, and every relational expression evaluates to either true or false. So what is the expected value of this relational expression? True or false? 4 is in fact less than 5, and hence the value is true. You just take it as true, but if you want to see how exactly true is represented in the C programming language, it is represented as a numeric quantity, say 1, which is a non-zero value. Because there is no Boolean data type, true is represented by a non-zero quantity and 0 represents false. So less than is a relational operator. Next example, the operator is less than or equal to. Note that it is a combination of two simple less than and equal to sign. And we are checking whether 4 is less than or equal to 4. And so the expected value is again true because 4 is less than or equal to 4 or equal to 4. Now the third relational operator is greater than, and now we are checking whether 5 is greater than 4 and its value is expected as true because 5 is in fact greater than 4. And the next one is greater than or equal to. Here it's greater than simple and equal to simple, and this is wrong because the expected value must be false because 5 is not greater than or equal to 6. So the value is false. The next relational operator that we are going to see is equality operator. We are checking whether these two are same. What is the expected value? It must be false. Sorry, it must be false because there is a typing mistake. I will correct it. Because 4 is not equal to 5. Next is inequality checking. We are checking whether 4 is not equal to 5. And in this case, this must be true. Okay, I have corrected in this slide. Sorry for the mistake in the previous slide. So this is false because 4 is not equal to 5. And here I am checking whether 4 is not equal to 5. See the operators used for not equal to. Exclamation mark followed by the equal to sign. And this is true. And it is very important to remember this operator, which is equality operator. It's a very common programming mistake from the beginners. Rather than using two equal to simple. Many beginners used to type only 1 equal to simple, then that will be a difficult programming situation to solve, because you may not be getting your expected outcome from the program, but the compiler will not give you any error message, because equal to is again an operator which is an assignment operator. Okay, so if you are not getting the expected output from your program, and if you have a condition checking, you go and check whether you are using it as this simple or this operator for equality checking. So we have seen 6 relational operators, and now we are going to formalize what they are. They evaluate to true or false. Okay, the expression which is formed using relational operator, must evaluate to either true or false. Now you can see what is the general syntax of an expression which is formed using relational operators. So this is the general syntax. What is it? 2 operands are there, that is why it's binary. First operand is numerical expression, that means an expression whose value evaluates to a number like 4 or 5. And the last one, there are 3 things here. First is an operand which is a numeric value, and the last one is again a numeric value. You can have an expression which evaluates to a numeric value, and then they are combined using any of these operators, and then the value of the whole expression will be either true or false. So that is relational expressions which are formed using relational operators. And with this, let us move on to logical operators. So what are logical operators? Let us try to understand what are these using simple example expressions or logical expressions formed using logical operators. If you look at this example expression, you can see that 4 less than 5 is a relational expression that we have studied, and 5 less than or equal to 3 is again a relational expression. Now this is the logical operator which we are using, and this is a logical AND which is used to combine 2 relational expressions. And what is the expected value? You are checking whether 4 is less than 5 and 5 is less than or equal to 3. And here again, every logical expression must evaluate to either true or false. So here the value must be false because 4 is less than 5, which is true. But the RHS operand for the AND is not true because 5 is not less than or equal to 3. So the entire expression is evaluating to false. So this is logical AND, and to get the true value, both the LHS and the RHS must evaluate to true. So the next logical operator that we are discussing is logical OR, which is pipe character twice. 2 pipe characters is what forms a logical operator called logical OR. OR means either the first one is correct or the second one is correct. That is what we are going to check. So what is the expected value of this? 4 is less than 5 is true, 5 less than or equal to 3 is not true. And OR will evaluate to true if any one of them is true. So its value is true. Okay, it's not very difficult, it's simple. OR means either the first operand is true or the second operand is true. Not that, here again, the logical OR is used to combine two relational expressions. Now, what we have discussed is about binary logical operators. If you recall what we did, the expression which is formed using a logical operator evaluates to either true or false, similar to logical expression. And here the syntax is this. What is this? The operands are binary. That means it must evaluate to either true or false. So, expression using any of the relational operators, that means less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or the equality operators. And so, both the first and third operands are like this. Each one of them must evaluate to either true or false. Then which are the relational operators? And or. These are the symbols used, 2 ampersand or 2 pipe characters. This is or and this is and. So, what we have discussed is binary logical operators in C. And with this, now we are moving on to the assignment operator, which we already have used in all our programming exercises, but now we are going to see it very formally. Look at an example. So, this is the assignment operator, okay, and what you are telling is compute the value of the expression in the RHS and then assign it as the value of the LHS variable. So, RHS is evaluated first and then the result is assigned to the LHS variable. So, the LHS must be a variable. And this is an important point. The value of an assignment expression is the value assigned to the LHS. Well, it is confusing. Let us try to look at an example. Suppose you execute this printf. What is it printing? Printf, what you are trying to print is B is getting the value 10 plus 2. So, you are saying assign 12 to B, okay, and you are trying to print the entire expression and then 12 will be printed. That means the value of the entire expression is nothing but value of the LHS variable, the value that the LHS variable is getting. And this enables a programmer to use a sequence of assignment as a single statement like this. You can say that A equal to B equal to C equal to 0, which assigns 0 to the variables A, B and C. Why? Because C equal to 0 assigns 0 to C and also the entire value of this is 0, which is getting assigned to B. Then the entire expression this becomes 0, which is assigned to A. So, this is what is called chaining. A chain of assignment happen in a single line. Now, we are moving on to some shorthand assignment operations. These are not difficult. Let's just look at example. This is a shorthand assignment saying that dv plus is equal to 10 is equivalent as dv is equal to dv plus 10. So, this is a shorthand representation of this expression. Okay. Similarly, you can have dv minus equal to, which is same as dv is equal to dv minus 10. You can have star or slash. So, these are called shorthand assignment operators in C. Not difficult to understand what they are. If you want, you can use this form or you use this, whichever is find as good for you. You have to consider the readability of the program, and whichever you like you can use. And for me, I say this is more readable because everybody can understand that it is adding 10 to db and assigning the result back to DV itself. Okay. Now we just have finished the discussion on operators supported by the C programming language. Now we are going to formally look at the semantics or the meaning of operators in the C programming language. What is the meaning? Semantics of operators. Just look at this expression. What is it? It is saying multiply 2 and 3 and then you are also adding 4. So what is the value of this expression? What could be the value? Okay, that is the meaning. What is the meaning of this expression is what I am asking. Meaning is also termed as semantics in programming language. So what is the semantics or meaning of this expression? It's an interesting question. So what is the value? It's not very easy. So one can say it should be 10. So what is her logic when she says it is 10? She is thinking that 3 will be first multiplied by 2. So 6 is the result. Then 4 will be added to 6. You will get 10. Then another person may say, no, it should be 14. What he is thinking? He thinks that first 4 will be added to 3, 7. Then 7 will be multiplied with 2. Then it is 14. So both are possible. Yes or no? Now, which one is correct for the C programming language? It is actually decided by what is called operator precedence. Okay, and later you can look at the precedence, and actually multiplication has higher precedence than addition, and hence multiplication is performed first because it is having higher precedence. The operator with the higher precedence in an expression will be evaluated first. So there is no confusion. This will be evaluated first and hence the value is 10. Okay. Now what we looked at is operator precedence. What is it? It defines the order in which operators in an expression will be evaluated. The operator with a higher precedence will be evaluated before evaluating an operator with a lower precedence. So that is why multiplication is evaluated before addition. Then which are the various operators and their precedence, that we will see later. Then another thing, if you look at this expression, what is its value? Here assume that both multiplication and division are having the same precedence. That is true. In C programming language, multiplication and division are having the same precedence. So now we are in a dilemma because both the operators are having the same precedence. So anyone can be selected as the first one for execution. So one can say it should be 8. Why? Because she thinks that 5 will be divided by 2. Both are integers. So it is 2.5 and the integer result is 2. 2 will be multiplied by 4 and it will give you 8. Another person can say, no, it should be 10. He thinks that the multiplication will be performed first and then you will get 20 divided by 2 is 10. So both are possible answers. So what is the correct answer? And in the C programming language, from among the operators with the same precedence, the order is defined by what is called associativity of operators. And here the associativity is from left to right. The leftmost operator will be performed first. So 4 into 5, 20 divided by 2 is 10. So what we saw is associativity of operators, and what is it? It defines the order in which operators of the same precedence in an expression will be evaluated. And associativity can be either left to right or right to left. Later we can see what is the associativity for each category of operators. And remember, if there are more than one operators, then the operator with the highest precedence will be executed first. And if you look at operators of the same precedence, then which one will be executed first will be decided by the associativity. Okay, now I am giving you a consolidated list of operators with their precedence and associativity. Unary operators are having the higher precedence. Unary minus, increment, decrementation, this is negation. Okay, negation means you can apply that with a, later I can see what it is. Size of is a unary operator, type conversion is a unary operator. So, unary operators are having higher precedence than all other operators. Now, you can go back to the previous lecture and see why that plus different times are giving you some funny results. And their associativity is from right to left. Only for unary operators, the associativity is from right to left. So, within an expression, the rightmost unary operator will be performed, operation will be performed first. So, then comes the arithmetic, multiplication, division and remainder operator. They all are having the same precedence and their associativity is from left to right. Then comes addition and subtraction, less precedence when compared to this. Again left to right. For all other operators, associativity is left to right other than unary. Then you have relational and equality. Equality operators are having less precedence than relational operators. And then comes logical and finally logical OR. So, this is the precedence and associativity for all the operators in the C programming language. And this is actually a unary operation which applies on binary expression. So, it just negates it. If you get true, not true means false. Not false means true, that is it. Maybe you have to check whether a condition is not true, that is not of the condition. Okay, now we are moving on to a different kind of operator which is called conditional operator. It's a ternary operator. Ternary means three operands are there. This is a conditional expression and the operands are, this is the first one which is a relational expression, then this is the second one and this is the third one. So, three operands are there and the operator is actually question mark and colon, and in between you have an expression. And if you look at this expression, there are two variables, decimal variable v and max. Assume that they are allocated memory like this and also assume dv is holding the value 10. So, what is it doing? If you look at the RHS, at first the first operand which is an expression which is a relational expression will be evaluated. So, here 10 is greater than or equal to 5 which is true for 1. 1 means representing true, and if it is true, then from the RHS the middle expression will be evaluated. So, if it is true, dv will be evaluated. What is dv? Which is 10. So, dmax will get the value 10. Okay. And suppose this was wrong, dmax will be getting the value 5. So, you can see that conditional expression is having this syntax, a binary expression followed by a question mark followed by an expression, then colon another expression. So, at first this binary expression will be evaluated. If it is true, then expression 1 will be evaluated, otherwise expression 2 will be evaluated. So, it is actually same or equivalent to this if else statement. If this binary expression, then execute expression 1, else execute expression 2. So, it is up to you. You can either go for a conditional operator, or you can just use if else. And expression 1 will be executed if this is evaluated to true, otherwise expression 2 will be evaluated. Now we are going to wind up the discussion on operators. Operators are classified into arithmetic, relational, equality and logical based on the functionality. And if you look at, these are the arithmetic operators that we discussed, which results in an arithmetic value or a numeric value. Relational operators are this, equality, these two. Some people used to say this is relational. Okay, let us consider these are different because they have different precedence. Relational operators are having higher precedence than equality operators. And finally, we have logical, logical and, logical or, and logical not. This is not, which is a unary operator. And based on the number of operands, the same set of operators can be classified as binary, unary, ternary. Binary means acting on two operands, unary means acting on a single operand, ternary means acting on three operands. And these are the binary operators that we discussed: arithmetic, logical, arithmetic, relational, equality and logical. Unary, we have arithmetic, this is logical and this is type conversion. And ternary operation is what we discussed at last, and this is ternary. And with this, we are finishing our discussion on operators in the C programming language. So today we have discussed about operators in the C programming language, and with this we are finishing our discussion on operators in C. Thank you.